We are so glad you're here with us today as we officially dedicate our newsroom in honor of two incredible supporters of this college, Mike and Mary Krensavage. Mike is a Grady grad who started his career as a reporter and editor at Bloomberg News before moving into healthcare investment. Today, he runs his own firm, Krensavage Asset Management. Mary is the founder of the Yogi Table and works as a pediatric occupational therapist and yoga teacher. She's also a passionate community volunteer, especially in programs that support children and families. Together, Mike and Mary have made a lasting impact on Grady College and on the lives of our students. This room is the heartbeat of our journalism program. Every student who comes through Grady will spend time here through News Source, Sports Source, the Oglethorpe Echo, Grady Night Shift, or one of our many hands-on programs. It's where they learn to think like journalists, work like journalists, and grow into professionals. Thanks to the Krensavage's generosity, we've also been able to expand how the space is used, opening it up for the summer media academies for high school students, hosting the Radio Talent Institute for college students across Georgia, and creating ever more outreach opportunities that extend far beyond our campus. This room will touch the lives of nearly every journalism student during their time at Grady, and we'll hear from a few of them a little later in the program. But the Krensavage's support does not stop at this room. They've also invested in scholarship support for our students. Mike, like me, is a proud Finkster, and he and Mary are the largest donor family to the Fink Scholarship Fund. This year we have 10 Fink Fellows who will publish stories with media partners all across the state. And now I will wrestle with the paper. Sorry. They also established the Krensavage-Knight Scholarship in Journalism, named in honor of David Knight, Mike's beloved high school journalism English teacher. It was Knight's mentorship that inspired Mike to pursue journalism at UGA. This scholarship celebrates outstanding senior journalism students who reflect on the individuals who influence their own paths in journalism and share whose footsteps they aspire to follow. We're honored to have this year's 8 Krensavage-Knight Scholars here with us today, and I'd like to invite each of them to say a few words.
Hi, my name's Georgia Hartley. I'm in the journalism program and also in the music business certificate program. So it's been really great for me being in Grady because all of my professors have really encouraged me to explore, both music business and journalism, and I've gotten to do a lot of reporting on music in Athens, which has been really exciting. I've done a lot of things that I'm really proud of in the program. Still trying to figure out my post-grad plans, as I'm sure all of us are. I've been offered a job at Echo Base here in Athens, a vinyl pressing plant, doing some of their artist relations. So we'll see. Yeah.
Hi everybody, my name is Mia Fishman. I am a senior journalism student here at Georgia, and I'm also in the sports media certificate, so shout out to the crew sitting behind me. I've had so many great opportunities while I'm here at Georgia, and whenever I talk about it, I tell everyone it's like the happiest I've ever been in my life just being here. It's a great network of people. I mean, it's so awesome that I get to see my dean in the hallway, and he's like, "Hey Fishman, what's up?" And it's just such a great family and personal place, and I love it, and I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to stand here today. And yeah, I've done a lot of awesome things. I've been to the national championship. I've been to a lot of high school football games and Georgia games, and it's been really fun. I can't wait to see what I'll do in the future.
Hi, my name is Isabel Farina. I'm a senior journalism major with a minor in law, ethics, and philosophy. I am so grateful and honored to be recognized today among so many talented journalism students here at Grady. It's crazy to think that coming into college, I was a pharmaceutical science major planning to be a surgeon, and that did not last very long, and I'm so grateful I switched because I love it here so much, and I've had so many incredible opportunities, from 2 study abroad programs to writing for the Red and Black, doing Grady News Source, and just so many cool experiences and so many amazing people, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Hi, I'm Eva Diegnan. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. Similarly, I came in thinking I was going to be pre-vet, so definitely big change. I've loved my time at Grady. I've had incredible professors, and they've really gotten me out of my comfort zone. Post-grad, my plan is to go to law school. I want to be a political journalist, so I'm really grateful for Grady and all of the opportunities I've gotten, and thank you so much.
Hi, thank you guys so much. Once again, this just shows that Grady and the family around Grady amplify our goals, amplify our hopes. I started my time thinking I would be a broadcast journalist and found my love actually behind the camera, interviewing people. I want to be in video journalism. But once again, Grady amplified. Starting my foundation here, I had wonderful professors like Dr. Andrea Hudson, and she showed me, you know, the foundations. Reporting 1, we get down to the nitty gritty. They send you out on the streets. You have to interview people. And, you know, everything I learned here led me to the Red and Black. I then became the social media video editor. So every week I go out and I pair a news story with a video, and that helps us reach our page views. And now I'm working for a firm in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm doing video production for them, producing for all their news stories. But I always find my place back here in Grady. I hope to continue to come back years and years again. I hope the younger people going through Grady learn how to interview, how to learn AP style. So it's always full circle around here, and we have such a lovely family. And once again, thank you so, so much.
Hi, my name is Margaret Pope. I'm also a senior journalism student, but I also dabble in political science. That's my other major. But I think that I've realized that over the past 2 years, you know, it's really special when you have a program that you're able to wholeheartedly throw yourself into, even if you don't know what it's going to look like on the other side. And having people that are able to support you the entire way, even when you don't feel like you know what you're doing, is something really special. And I'm really grateful to continue on with my education through Grady and just see what's out there for me. But yeah, thank you so much for today, and I'm really excited to be here.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Thomas. I'm also a senior journalism and international affairs major with a minor in German. I've always loved writing, so being in Grady has really changed me and helped me open myself up and be more, I guess, willing to talk to people that I usually wouldn't be willing to talk to. After I graduate, I plan on going to graduate school to pursue a master's in international affairs, and I'm just so grateful to be here today, and thank you guys so much.
I'm Frankie Hennessy, also a senior journalism major with a minor in American Sign Language and going through the sports media certificate right now. Grady, if you had met me 2 years ago, I wouldn't be speaking right now. Grady has really pushed me to come out of my shell, to talk to people, to learn how to report, to be a part of a community. And that is in part because of the amazing professors and the amazing opportunities that they have offered us here. I lived in this newsroom last semester. I did Sports Source and the Echo, so I quite literally was here all of the time. And having this space and having the opportunities that this space has helped us to create has just been really impactful for my journalism education. So thank you.
All right, well, hey everyone. We're not scholarship recipients, but we're here to talk about how we utilize this space this year. And I'm Poppy. I'm a senior, double majoring in Spanish and public relations with a sports media certificate. And now Ansley's going to introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Ansley Gavlak. I'm a senior and I'm a journalism major, also in the sports media certificate, and I'm doing minors in sports management and general business. And we both took Sports Source through the sports media certificate last spring, and we got to use this lovely space, and we actually met last spring. So this was just such a great opportunity to get on-air experience. I honestly had no experience coming into this, but trying out a role in front of the camera is something that I always wanted to do. So having this space, we would rotate roles each week. We were split up into 2 different teams, our class was, and We got to produce packages throughout the week, do video interviews. We wrote our own scripts. And then we got to go down here. We got to use the green screen. And we really did everything ourselves, which was such a unique experience.
Yeah, and as someone who does want to be on air in the future, like this really provided an opportunity to like have footage of yourself that looks really professional in front of the green screen. And you also learn how to work behind the camera. We learn how to do the audio controls and the teleprompter controls. So it's a space like this that, like, because in the past, like I just put my phone on a table and spoke in front of with a nice little tree in the background. And this really makes it professional. So, one thing I'll also say is that not every college here can say that their college provides such a sense of community. I know that other colleges are bigger, other colleges are smaller, but at Grady you really do feel like you're part of a community when you see the dean walking through the hallway. And so there's this sense of emotional community, and then we have this amazing infrastructure that kind of elevates our ability to go above and beyond, just like all the professors do here. So thank you so much for investing in us.
Some news source students, correct? Almost daily, we're producing live television in this building, right behind us in the control room in the studio. One of the most important, I think, day-to-day operations is our local afternoon television news show, Grady News Source. This is its home. These students, I recognize them instantly because they're here all the time. I'm amazed they ever go home, for this matter. So why don't you guys say a word or two about your experience? Have at the mic. I'll get out of your way.
Hello, everyone, and thank you guys so much. I am Michaela Maxwell. I'm a second-year master's student who will graduate in December, and I'm just so grateful to be here.
I'm Joshua Malik. I'm a senior journalism student with a minor in political science, and I'm also graduating in December. This room, this opportunity to be in News Source has been invaluable to my education. I feel like I was really scrambling for a long time to find my footing in journalism. I never really found I found my niche, but coming here and trying all the different roles has really given me the opportunity to kind of spread my wings and try out all the different things that journalism has to offer, and I would not be able to do that without this space. So I'm so incredibly grateful for this opportunity.
So yeah, just to talk about News Source a little bit. I actually, I'm a master's student, so when I got here, they're like, let's get you signed up for some research classes. And I was like, wait, what? So, I got into those classes, but I actually was able to be a teaching assistant. And last year, I was able to work with Cantrell. And through that, I actually helped to teach this class. I had graduated from Howard University, so I already had my BA in multimedia journalism. And so I was so excited to actually bring my skills and be able to help students go through this class. And I enjoyed it so much that I actually ended up deciding to enroll in it this fall. So I'm actually now taking News Source. And I will just say, even though I wasn't here when the cubicles were here, I can tell you guys, Cantrell let me know how much they did not make it easy to always collaborate. So I'm just so grateful that this space is what it is now, because now we can yell across the newsroom, hey, why is your story not in? It's 4:30. So it's just so helpful to be in a space like this. And then it also prepares us for the real world. I've gotten to visit so many stations here in the Georgia market, whether that was large or small, and just going there and seeing how they have the opportunity to do a live shot from the newsroom. And we have the same opportunity now. This space is so large. We've done so many different shots in this room alone. I think we just are always trying to find new ways to make it look like, hey guys, we can get creative in this space. So we are just so grateful that we're able to start from 9 a.m. in the morning with our pitches, and then come in this space all day, edit, put things together as a class, and then have a final show.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to add on to that a little bit, I really have just been able to try all the different roles that this News Source has to offer, and within that used all the different technology that is available to us. And looking back at what was available before, I could not imagine trying to work with some of what they had previously, and I'm just so thankful for all the teleprompters, all the technology that you guys have provided. So thank you.
Thank you guys so
much.
Thank you.
I want to take just a second, recognize a couple of people. There are too many for me to name individually. But why don't we do it this way? If you teach in this room, starting with Relitza, if you teach in this room, say hi, introduce yourself, tell everybody what you do.
Well, I'm Relitza Silva. Should I still introduce myself?
Yes.
I teach Newsroom, which is the television show that we start in the morning at 9 a.m. with an editorial meeting, and by 5 p.m., whether we're ready or not. We are broadcasting live. And we also put a lot of our content on our digital products, so we try to integrate and have a newsroom that works in a modern way where television and digital work together. Most of my career I spent at CNN International, which broadcasts to viewers around the world. I grew up in Bulgaria, and I got my big break. I got noticed by CNN, by Ted Turner's CNN, covering my country, Bulgaria, my country's painful transformation from communism to democracy. That's what I did some reporting. I knew English, got noticed by CNN, got invited for an internship, and then 1 year, I got a 1-year contract, and here I am, teaching now everything that I've learned at CNN as an anchor and correspondent. That's me, and I love working here.
Thanks, Relitza. Andrew.
I am Andrea Briscoe, and I'm not going to drop any spoilers, but I do lead Grady Night Shift, and they are the best part of my job. They are so smart and talented, so they'll share what they do next. But yeah, so nice to meet y'all.
Jen, I see you right there.
I have to check on the camera. So I'm a new faculty member. I am just starting at UGA, but my husband is a Grady grad, so I feel like I've known this place for a long time. I was most recently in Nashville, but I started my career at ABC News, and I started answering phones and running around scripts with Peter Jennings, Charlie Gibson, and others, and worked my way up to the White House producer reporter. So I was a multi-platform journalist, which is what I teach in this room, reporting 3. So you edit, you film, you report. On ABC News all the time, all across the world, which was, kind of the start of that. It was a campaign embed with McCain and Obama. And then my career kind of took me all over. So I worked with Oprah in Los Angeles and helped launch her network, OWN. Then went with Katie Couric and did her daytime talk show, which was a whole nother experience and amazing. And then I worked with Anderson Cooper, and I actually worked from Nashville because my husband's job took us there. So I was one of the first bureaus that was a standalone. COVID hits, and we were all bureaus. Went back, got my master's and PhD, and I love teaching. I see a few of my students in here, and I'm really excited to see them. They're doing awesome things. So Reporting 3 builds into NewsSource, and I'll be teaching NewsSource next spring. And I've been able to be with Amanda and Relitza and Vicki and talking with everyone about how we use this space across the board and collaborate. So it's really fun. All summer before I even started, we were having meetings in here, and Andrew was like, we're getting new lights. We're going to do live shots here. So you have no idea the impact that is and how excited we are and how the students are. But as a classroom, too, it allows us to really get in our beats, go out and hit the streets. I'm a poet now. And really, though, do that multi-platform journalism, which is so important as we're entering the world we're in. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Jen. So yeah, this room is very rarely empty. It's a very busy, active place. There's a lot going on.
And one other group, we're literally using this room day and night, and we'd love for the Grady Night Shift students to come up too.
Yeah. Dean, confession, I finally watched Night Shift last night. It's literally been a tab on my browser for like 2 weeks. And I watched it last night. It's fantastic. It was a real revelation because this is what we're doing with Night Shift. So come on up and talk about it. I'm getting out of the way. I know when to get out of the way. There's too many of them. I'm outnumbered.
Okay.
I am Gabrielle Cutsup. I'm the executive producer of Grady Night Shift. Grady Night Shift is one of a kind. It's a late night entertainment news show. So we combine reporter packages with some funny remarks from our anchors, and we always open with a funny skit. We have a musical guest segment where we bring like Athens local musical guests, ties in like the Athens history of music in, and our final segment is always what's the move. So it's like, what's the move this weekend? Where do you want to go? You know, what events are happening? You know, catch me at the Bama game this weekend though. Students can create packages, anchor. If they don't want to do packages, we have an amazing social media team. We've gotten tons of views and tons of likes on our social media. And we also have in charge of different segments. We have Sabrina here who does What's the Move?
Hello, I'm Sabrina Felix. I'm a third-year journalism student from Douglasville. Thank you guys so much for everything you've done for this newsroom. I came here as a freshman and joined the News Source Tech team, knowing this much about how to do tech for a newsroom. And I'm now a junior production manager for the News Source. And then last semester, I took Dr. Briscoe's Reporting 1 class, and I told her that I was interested in entertainment journalism, and she was like, oh, so you have to do night shift. And I was like, I don't know about that. And she roped me in, Professor Cantrell dragged me in, and now I am the What's the Move girl. And I didn't want to be on camera at all. I was just like, why am I here? Can I please just go back to the control room? And they were like, no, you have a talent, you're going to use it. And they helped me get the honor of being an Emma Bowen Fellow at Fox 5 Atlanta. So I spent my entire summer there. I get to go back next summer. And that experience helped me become a Fink Fellow this year. So thank you doubly. You've blessed my life more than you even know. And I mean, I say it all the time, Grady is just a special place. I don't know where I would be without it. I don't think I would have gotten any of the opportunities I have if I hadn't been here. And this is like the most transformative experience of my life. So thank you.
Sorry, a little short. Good morning, my name is Courtney Kraft. I'm so glad to see you guys here, and I'm just gonna talk to you a little bit about experiential learning. So every UGA student has to fulfill an experiential learning credit in order to graduate. You can do that by interning or studying abroad. You can also do it by being in night shifts. So we get to fulfill that credit with this room and the hands-on experience that our professors bring us. And it's just such an amazing place to learn more about what you're going to be doing outside of college. So this newsroom is just such a blessing in so many ways. So thank you guys so much.
I'm a little bit tall. Hopefully it's working. Hi, you guys. My name is Clarice Henry. I'm a third-year journalism and fashion merchandising major at the University of Georgia. And today I'll be talking about how Grady Night Shift really helped me get a head start in my video journalism class. I first started participating in Grady Night Shift my first semester of sophomore year, which was last year. And I was really nervous. I didn't know what I was going to do. I've always wanted to do entertainment, but I didn't know where to start. But through there, I really learned how to write a script, what to include and what not to include on air because, you know, there's very strict rules. When I first created my package, none of it got aired because it was all illegal. We live and we learn. But when I started participating or starting my video journalism class this semester, I was able to contribute to conversations, and I saw that I'm actually really informed through Professor Hudson, and I was able to help my peers when they were struggling, which is something that I deem invaluable. So this really, really helped me make great connections and honestly figure out what I want to do in life, which is fashion journalism. But again, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it.
Hello, my name I want to say, first of all, just say thank you for providing this room. And my name is Timothy Goldsmith. I'm a second-year grad student here at the Grady College of Journalism. And this room just really helped provide me and all my other peers, like, just to be able to get hands-on, learn from our mistakes, and especially me for being a grad student, we always got our nose in research articles, books, trying to find issues within medias and how can we help solve it. But I think just being in this space, in this room, has really helped me hone my skills and just help others that were just like me, not sure if they was like in the media or just kind of trying to get that first hands-on experience. So first of all, I just want to say thank you, and thank you for providing this space for us.
Hey everyone, my name is Jason Singh. I'm a second-year public relations major, also a marketing major, and I'm doing the music business certificate.
Hey everybody, my name is Shad McMillan. I'm a sophomore journalism student here at the University of Georgia.
And I'm Madison McKinley. I'm an entertainment media studies student here at UGA, and I'm a sophomore.
So together, all three of us were kind of the anchors of this night shift thing, and
It's really low-key.
Well, I want to say thank you guys, though, so much for everything, because last year we walked in this room during the election cycle, and Professor Cantrell invited us to help out with the volunteer election show, and it was really intimidating, honestly, to walk in first and see everyone really professional, and I personally had no clue what I was doing when I came as a freshman. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. So walking in, it was so intimidating, but also really welcoming right at once. Everyone wanted to include me, and it was just really helpful and just a way to learn and connect with others.
So, as Jason said, our first year here, we were literally just thrown in. I remember walking into this room not knowing anything, and Professor Cantrell was like, yeah, you have a job, you're gonna do it. And we're like, okay. And she's like, go get interviews. And we're like, how? She says, it doesn't matter, annoy people, and they have to answer. And so we had no clue what we were doing, and I thought I was experienced because I did a news show at my high school, so I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. And I walk in, and I see them have in-ears and all this stuff, I'm like, oh. I actually have no clue. So this room has really been special. It's been a way, I mean, Jason here is PR and you're journalism, I'm EMST, so it's not even just journalism, but it's a way for us to meet so many new people and so many new faces. Outside of this room, there's not a lot of things I could say that has brought me together with people this close. And with Grady Night Shift, it started last semester, and it was really just something that spawned out of nothing. We were like, hey, we did the election show and we want to do something else, and what do you guys want to do? And it gave us a platform as students, as freshmen, to come and make something of our own. And we're so happy to be here and just proud of that we have something that we can say like, hey, we did this on our own, and we love sharing it with everyone, so we just want to say thank you.
Hi, I'm also, I'm also very grateful for this room, just for this space. I want to talk about just the community of Grady. I really wasn't expecting it coming here. I got into UGA as an engineering major. And so I took the class hosted by Dean Davis, the class where he teaches us about the different jobs you can get at Grady. And he was like, hey, go to NewsSource. So I was like, sure, I'll try it out. And just walking into this room, I was very intimidated. The space, all the equipment, everybody thought they knew what they were doing. This is during the election cycle. I was like, whoa. But I feel like this room just really exemplifies how welcoming Grady is and how amazing the people and the professors are. Because I learned so much. I walked in and I was immediately embraced. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here, and they wouldn't let me leave. And so I thought it's just, I don't know, just how collaborative this space is, and it really puts you out in the open because, obviously at first I was intimidated. Everyone eyes on you, and you give you a responsibility, but each time I walked through that door, I just got more and more comfortable, and now walking in, I'm a sophomore, and I'm way more comfortable than I was freshman year. I'm way more comfortable than a lot of people that I know who haven't even stepped foot in Grady, who know nothing about this, who haven't gotten to have the experiences that I have had in this room. and I'm just very, very grateful for that. So thank you.
Thank you all. It's good to hear my career explorations recruiting is paying off. I see several faces, Jason, among others that were in that class. And we talked, I remember talking about, like, hey, get to NewsSource. Not a bad thing to do. I'm glad you're here. Thanks to all of our students for sharing what this space has meant to them. And I think it gives us some indication of just how important it is to the life of the college day in, day out. Also wanted to take a quick sec and recognize, I think I have some parents here. Hi, parents. It's really nice to have you with us. Glad you could be here. Now, I'd like to invite Mike and Mary to say a few words, if you'd like, before we do the unveiling.
Okay, thank you very much. It's wonderful to be here, and it's great to see the benefit that you've received. I want to thank my wonderful wife Mary for providing the support that's enabled us to have the resources to be able to contribute. I am from Pennsylvania. My parents and grandparents were born and died there. My father worked for General Motors, an insurance business, and we did move. So a couple places in Pennsylvania, suburban Chicago, and we moved to Columbia, South Carolina in the 7th grade. And so that is really where I had my first experience with journalism. David Knight, a English teacher, also was the journalism advisor at Spring Valley High School. And I had been in the marching band playing the saxophone and the concert band playing the bassoon. And sophomore year, I switched to journalism and wrote for the Richland Northeast Weekly. I was pretty much the sewer reporter, if you know anything about reporting local news. Then we moved to Georgia, to Marietta. Went to Walton High School, and my father insisted that we, the 4 children, pay for college ourselves, and so I really, I worked. I was in the produce department at the Winn-Dixie, slicing lettuce during high school. And I actually did keep that job when I came to the University of Georgia, and would go back on the weekends when there was not a home game. Now back then, Georgia wasn't very selective. I don't know if I could get into the University of Georgia today. And if I recall correctly, I think my acceptance letter was addressed to Mike Krensavage or current resident. So it just wasn't very selective. Yeah. So I did receive some scholarships, and I'm very grateful for that. The University of Georgia had one. If you had an SAT, the high SAT score, which I think was above 700 back then, they would give you, I think, $500 a year. It was a $1,500 a year tuition, and so it was. And I had a couple other scholarships. I'm very, very grateful for that, and just wanted to be able to try to contribute. So I worked for the Red and Black. I covered I was an administrative reporter sophomore year. Really wonderful experience. And I think probably the lesson there would be initiative. If you wanted to work, you could do it, and the Red and Black would my grades did suffer a little bit because it was a lot of work if you're going from 2 in the afternoon until 6 at night. Then I did enroll in a combined bachelor's MBA program. And I don't think you guys still have that. So it was the 2-year MBA program, and you would take your first year during your junior and senior years as electives, okay? And I enjoyed working with Conrad Fink, late professor, had a wonderful experience, and I really I wanted to just share one anecdote. We were in the Media Management Club. We had an event on a Friday night at a steakhouse. We had a media executive from Knight Ridder speak to us. And Monday morning, I go into Conrad Fink's office. I was president of the Media Management Club, and I was debriefing. We were debriefing about the meeting, and Conrad says, well, we need to send a thank you letter. So I had my black book, which had the calendar and my to-do list, and I opened my to-do list and I started writing, okay, send a letter to Knight Ridder. Conrad Fink takes a piece of paper, he puts it in the typewriter, he says, what's the, I think it was Chuck Hawkins was the executive, what's his address? He starts typing the letter, gives me the envelope, I address the envelope, and in a minute we were done. He takes the letter out, proofreads it, corrects something, I sign it, and so basically we got things done. So that was a very, very important lesson. So anyway, I did get my MBA here, and I started out my career at Bloomberg Business News, and then I switched to finance and started my money management business. So it took me a little bit longer than I thought. I never made the 30 under 30 list or the 40 under 40 list. But I'm still hopeful that maybe I can make something of myself in time for the 70 under 70. Maybe one of you could nominate me. And I think that's all I wanted to say. I have my speech right here. Let me see. I can't actually see it. But again, my wife, very important for all the support she gave me. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, who's going to the game tomorrow? Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I have season tickets, and I really look forward to it. And thank you again very much for the expression of gratitude, and go Dogs.
Good. By the way, while we're getting ready to do that, as a fellow Finkster, as is our colleague Keith Herndon back there in the back, we have a bunch of us here. I told students yesterday in my career explorations class this story. First of all, I asked them to Google Conrad Fink so that they could see an image of Conrad Fink. Conrad Fink looked like the American bald eagle. He had eyebrows that went about 2 inches off the side of his head. He always had his glasses like here. And I reported for the Athens Bank Herald when I was a grad student here, which was a special kind of nightmare because Conrad read everything I wrote before class, right? So one day I come in and I've written something particularly terrible for the Banner Herald, and he had it rolled up, and he comes up to me and he hits me in the chest with it. He said, "That's subtracted from the sum of human knowledge." Which I thought was great. It's people like Conrad, really, that sort of form the legacy of this place in many ways. And you guys have helped build it. So without further ado, I'm going to let you two do the honors of unveiling the plaque. I wish I had a drum roll. Thanks, everybody. This is such a meaningful moment for this college. Wow, people are way taller than I am. We're so grateful to Mike and Mary for everything they've done to support this college. We're so grateful to you, our students, that make all of this so much fun. Everybody, please stick around. We have tons of coffee, tea, donuts. Please help yourself and socialize. And I want to get to know you parents before we leave. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here.